everyone, I'm going to show you how to count some macros. So get right to it. You're going to need a food scale. You're going to need your food. You're going to need a bowl or a dish to put your food in. And that's it. So first of all, macro tracking is something I don't love to do. Actually, I personally hate tracking macros, but I know that we need to learn how to do it. The reason we need to learn how to do it so we can understand portion sizes, because oftentimes we think that we are eating 1,200 calories or 1,500 calories, which by the way is pretty low. But maybe if we have a weight loss goal, that's what we're eating. But it's a lot more than that, myself included. So I download certain apps. If you have a question on which app that I use, I can share them with you. I don't have any affiliation with any apps or anything like that, but I do have a couple that I like. I'll just go ahead and say them. I like Lose It. It's free. And I like the Carbon app. It's actually BioLane's app, and it is wonderful. It's just very user friendly, and you can, if you're kind of into doing different types of styles of diets, you can kind of adjust things. But I'll talk about that on another video or maybe at the end. But the point of this video is to show you how to track macros and a little bit of why. The reason why is just so you know, because we often think that things are less than they are. Most of the time we're eating a lot more than we realize. Again, myself included. So I like to go to different apps and I will track here and there, not all the time, and maybe just for a month or two at a time. And I'll just simply track what I'm eating, not input anything, just so I can see where my calories are if my body is not working in the way that I want it to, meaning I'm not gaining muscle or losing fat if that's what I'm trying to do. It's not responding as well. Maybe I'm not recovering as well. I need to track my protein and all of those things. So let me get right to it. You're going to need a food scale. Doesn't really matter what scale you have. This is a really old food scale. I think it's from Walmart or somewhere. I don't really know. It's very user friendly. There's just 2 buttons on it. It works with a battery on the back. And it's something that we have in our kitchen. I use it for when I cook anything. I'm not a baker, I'm a cook. So if I need to measure something, it's going on the scale. Maybe that's just old school bodybuilder in me. You're going to need a dish. Obviously you're going to use whatever you're using, but I just want to use this granola here as an example. Granola is super tasty and delicious. It's very easy to eat a lot. This one doesn't have a lot of fat, 4.5 grams of fat. If you guys don't know, we'll do another label reader here. You're going to read the labels on the back here, and you can look at your fat grams and your fiber and your carbohydrates and your sodium and saturated fat and calories. But most importantly, for the sake of this video, you're going to look at the very, very top of this video. And if I was good at editing, I would turn this around and show you, but this is where you're going to look right here, and you're going to look at the 3rd cup serving sizes, and it's going to give you usually grams. I love to measure in grams because it's a little bit more accurate. So I'm going to put my dish right on top of my scale. I'm going to push on. This one, it says tare, so that's just zeroing it out. So if I had food in here, I would put that on there. It would give me a weight, and I would just zero it out to measure just this. I have a unit button over here, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in a gram unit. And then we're just going to pour our granola into the bowl. This is a 30 gram serving size. Oops. And this is actually 43 grams. Now, don't eat the extra grams, but you can dump it out. You can put it back in. You can make 2 different bowls. Once you put that back on, it's going to weigh it out. That's 27 grams. If you're like me and you're weighing your food, you want to get every ounce possible, or gram. And that's a 30 gram serving, you guys. 30 grams is a 3rd cup. This is a 3rd cup, 130 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 21 carb, 7 sugars, 3 protein. But this is it. I mean, literally, it's a little bit more than the palm of my hand, and I have pretty big hands for a girl. 31 grams. So I actually have a little bit here. So if you really want to get fancy and you want to weigh a lot of different things out, you can put them in little baggies, just like so, and put them in your bag or put them in the cupboard like this for the week. So you can just grab this out and know this is 130 calories. This is 27 grams or 21 carbs and 4.5 grams of fat. That's kind of a lot in my head for this little amount of food, but I do eat this. I incorporate it often. I think it's delicious, and it's something that I'm willing to put my calories towards. So the app that I was talking about, the BioLane app, it actually will help you track your macronutrients. Macronutrients are different than micronutrients. Micronutrients are different than macros. Macros is the vitamins and minerals that you're getting. Also very important. So that actually shows you on there. I'm not sure how much it is. I pay $10 a month because I go month by month, but there's more deals. The Lose It app, I think, might have that option, but I've only ever used the free option. Tons and tons of apps. I have a dietitian that works at the clinic for me for the heart disease reversal clinic, and she has all kinds of apps that she likes. So this is a way that I like to measure my nut butters. I'm going to share this with you here because it's one of my favorite ways to measure. So again, you're going to put this whole thing here and you're going to tear this out, be to 0. I'm going to look on the back and I'm going to look at grams again. Typically I'll do a half a serving at a time of this because for me, when I'm reaching my goals, and my calories always come from fat, my extra calories always come from fat. There are 9 calories in 1 gram of fat. So you're going to get the most calories there. So I just zero that out and then I just scoop this out this way. And that's 20 grams. So that actually, so there's 32 grams in 1 serving. This is a little bit more than a half of a serving. So that is 1 tablespoon right there. It's a really efficient way to do that because it's going to show you the negative. So you can, that way you're not like trying to put it in, take a little out, put it in, take a little out. So that's my little trick for nut butters. I will not eat this because I already had some. So maybe I'll use that on something else. But that's how you do your nut butters. And really, you can measure anything. I weigh for the purpose of this video and my clients that are working with me and Jesse in the Living Fit Consistency Over Intensity group, we weigh meats cooked. Measured them cooked. I can't get that out. Measure your meats cooked. That's how we weigh them. It's how I've always weighed them. I don't measure them raw. There's too much kind of variation in there with water and how you're cooking and to get into tiny little semantics. But whatever coach you're using and however you're measuring is fine. But that's just how we measure. We measure, when I'm talking about the measurement of meats, it is cooked. Vegetables will be cooked unless it's specified raw. Like raw spinach, for example. I would weigh that out, but spinach just so much water, it shrinks right down when you cook it. So if I say 1 cup cooked spinach, then that's going to be different. You know, so spinach is raw. I'll just say raw, 2 cups raw spinach or something of that sort. Your nuts and seeds, I also weigh them out. You can count them out. Again, this gets very tedious. I do not love tracking. In fact, I discourage it from a lot of different people that may want to track for the sake of, I was trying to see what that was, for the sake that sometimes it can get into those disordered eating patterns. So you really have to decide that for yourself if this is for you or not. This is just for me to help my patients and my clients learn portion sizes because we are so far off most of the time. And once you kind of get a grasp on that, that's okay. So like, looking at this, it's about 1/3 cup. Do that for a week, do it for a month. You're going to be able to mostly eyeball things. If you're not seeing results like you want to, then you can start weighing and measuring again. That's it. I don't suggest you do it all the time. It's not a lifestyle for me. Intuitive eating, that's a big word that it's kind of loaded, I guess, because a lot of people intuitively, our emotions and our fast-paced lifestyle, all of those things intuitively want to eat more cake or more chocolate or what have you. So that's a really tricky subject. I am happy to say that post-competition, I mean, I haven't competed in a really long time. I'm 41, almost 42 years old. My last competition was at 29 years old. So I took that long time to kind of play around with diets and realize what I was addicted to was the numbers and kind of break free of that. So now I'm able to go back and track. Jumping right off of competition mode and that mental mindset that I had, tracking was just leading me down the wrong path again of more of a body dysmorphia and type thing. So that might be triggering for you. So if tracking is triggering, do not do it. This is simply a way to help you learn portion sizes if you are unaware. Back to intuitive eating, I'm happy to say that 99% of the time I can intuitively eat, but when I'm stressed out or I haven't had a lot of sleep or there's just a lot going on that's out of my control, I tend to intuitively think my body needs more when really maybe I'm dehydrated. I need to drink a little more, or I need to practice some stress management. And most of the time I need to get a little bit more sleep. So anyway, that's off subject. I wanted to break down kind of how I like to weigh things out, a really simple way. Just make yourself prepared. It's going to be summertime. And I like to always have snacks. I like to have car snacks no matter if it's summer or winter, but especially with the kids around and you just have things like this. Obviously fruit, you know, you can just grab fruit. You don't have to weigh the fruit out. In fact, fruits and vegetables, I don't usually weigh out anyhow. You know, an apple is an apple. So, kind of go, you know, go crazy with the fruits and vegetables. It's fine. So anyway, those are just some things. The more caloric dense foods definitely kind of get a hold on your portion sizes, and it kind of will open up your eyes. And we'll kind of go over protein and carb and fat kind of teaching and recommendations maybe in another video, and kind of what I think works for different people and what I've seen work in myself and my own clients over the past couple of decades. So that's it. If you have any questions, just leave them below. I really hope that helped, because these are the types of videos that many of my clients and Jesse's clients in the Living Fit groups have been asking for. So anyway, hope that helped. Let me know if you guys need anything else. I'm going to post some more videos next week of some more nutrition advice. Love you.